Hello everyone. As you can see by the quality of the setup and the quality you can hear by the quality of the recording, this is not my job. Neither YouTube nor guitar, whatever. But I've been playing for 30 years and I'm still quite bad. But I've seen a lot of videos, done a lot of testing myself on pedals because it's a hobby I pay way too much cash on. And I wanted to share a few things about my settings, and there is a couple of things I haven't seen on YouTube so far. So for most of the part I'm gonna play on a Chinese Dean Dime guitar. It's 40. And that's going not on the Marshall you can see there, but on a Boss Katana Artist something Series 2. So this is the clean sound. Okay, clean sound. I'm going through a lot of pedals there. We're gonna see what it does. So the first thing, important thing is the power. In this house I have very bad power. It's about 180 volt, sometimes 220, but so it's quite bad. And so one thing I had was inconsistent sound in my pedals. I solved that with this thing. It's kind of a UPS. 3 slots are on battery and 1 slot, the one for the amp, is just on the power, but it's filtered and it's clean power. So since I've put that, I have a consistent sound with my pedals. So if your pedals change sound sometimes when you play, check your power. Second thing, I use some of these. It's one spot CS7 Pro, and the other one down here you maybe can't see is one spot CS12, and those are isolated power so that pedals don't interact with each other. As you can see, I hear the crickets more than any noise, and I'm not turning anything on or not muting anything right now. So once the power for the source of the pedals is cleared, another one that it's important for me is safety. So I don't like often playing with a jack because you never know what's gonna happen with the power. So playing wireless, here I just use those, prevents me, if I ever played, never did it, playing a big venue, I don't risk it to be electrocuted in any way because I'm not connected to anything except one AA battery on my guitar, so no risks. I think that covered it for the power. Next part, the input stage. I get through this wireless, and this wireless is SR40. Don't remember the brand. SR Pro Mini Pro 2. I'll check. Should be written behind it. Yep, I'm touching connections. Shit, I don't see the brands. Yep, sorry. SR40, I'm on the jack there, that's not good for my cable. So SR40, I can't remember the brand, I saw it earlier, I can't remember now. And so that one has 2 antennas allowing to connect 2 guitars. So I have a Telecaster on here, I put a transceiver on, and now I just have one little switch here that I push, and this one is off and this one is on. So just one switch. Okay. Of course the Telecaster has a much thinner sound because of its thinner coils, single coils. So one way that I can do that is solve that is with the next pedal. I use the Empress, what is that? Buffer plus, I think it's the second one or something like that. And it has
guitar in, which I could connect a straight cable in, amp out, goes to the amp at the whole end of the chain, one that goes directly into the tuner, so I can play, and I see that I'm tuned. You can't see it from that angle probably, but it's a Boss Wazacraft tuner, and it's out of the chain, in terms of that's a special exit for the tuner, and the chain here goes loop out, all the processing is done, and loop in before it sends back to the amp. So this Empress also has a buffer. Yeah, it's a good buffer, nice impedance for guitar input and for amp output. It has a boost that I can enable, and a noise filter, which I usually don't use because my signal is clear, since everything there uses best practices. And so if I play this guitar loud, I switch to the telly not loud, I put the buffer, the boost, and I can at the same level on both guitars if I just set it up a little bit. So this one is very useful if you switch guitars and you just want a simple way to have a standard input. Once I'm out of the Empress buffer, I go directly into this one, and that's just a octaver, so any modulator, octaver, whatever you use could be put there. The soonest in the chain the best. And this one is not really an important part of my loop, but it's used sometime. I use it if I just want to play a bass line. And then with this one I can record a loop and play on the bass line. So, and sometimes if you just use it one octave up, that's used sometimes by Dimebag Darrell, or Rage Against the Machine uses to Tom Morello. So that kind of shit. Once we get out of the modulation, either bass or with the loop, if I'm playing alone, or that, I go into a compressor. Not really part of the main sound, but can be useful if I want to play some songs with a lot of sustain in it, where notes have to last along, or some very funky stuff, and I can compress them a lot and put a lot of attack in it. Then I go into this equalizer. It's flat, I don't use it very often, but could be used if I'm looking for a specific tone. I can just equalize it there directly on the board, or if I have some things going on that are not clear. After that comes the experimental zone. Here at this point, that's a Keeley dark side. There is a fuzz and a tape delay or delay, different kinds of delay. So it's not fixed on my board. That one changes. I have other pedals. Yeah, it changes from time to time. Then I come to the core of my board. Distortion. A mixer double shot is good because it turns anything into heavy metal. Just one pedal, and if I switch to, wait a second, here I'm on the Telecaster, I'll turn it on, and same thing with that one. Whoa, I don't hold it well. Anyway, that transforms any guitar into a nice shredding machine. So that's one I like. Wah-wah. I have to switch to my other guitar. So a classic Dunlop wah. There is a Jimi Hendrix mod to change the resistance. I've got a LED put in there, and I bypass the buffers. This is the green shade, how do you call it? Tube Screamer, a clone, because it's nice distortion. You just want to
bass old tone and a little bit more overdriven if I... With the clone it's a nice combo, and with the wah I either have the kind of Hammett effect with heavy distortion, then the wah, or the Jimi Hendrix effect with the wah, and then some distortion. Okay, easy combo. After that I just go into the reverb delay, that's Keeley Caverns. Easy enough, and chorus. Voilà. Chorus very standard, as inspired, Neunab or something. I don't endorse any of those specific pedals, it just happens to work for me. Then after the chorus I go into the looper and loop box, so this one is one that you just play and it does a loop and puts some kinds of rhythm on it randomly. That pseudo works, I don't know. Okay, loop is done. And change the levels of... Anyway, I'm off scale, but that's not the point, and delete it. So, come on, I saved one space using that one. From that one, I go to the little box here that has no use. It's a ABY, so now it just goes to the amp. If I switch, I can send it to another source, a recording table or anything like that, which I can do with the raw signal from the Boss Tuner 2 if I wanted. So this one I have an output, that's normally what's used in the signal chain. I can record the raw signal from the Boss, or the treated signal after all my effects from this, or the two simultaneously, which is much better if you want to record and have both available versions. You hear what you play with the effects, but you have the raw version anyway in your software if you need. From this one, it goes to the Empress and back to the amp. So, yep, that's two things that I didn't see on other setups. Is the use of a UPS to have standard 220 and have consistent power, including for your isolate powers there. It's better if they get proper power from this. And the use of a AB switch, just to easily switch from two guitars with if you have a receiver with two senders, two emitters for the guitars. I can very easily switch from one to the other, and I don't have to unplug jacks and change traps or whatever when I switch guitars in any situation. So try to make it quick. Like it if you like, don't subscribe because there is not going to be any update, but I might answer to messages. Have fun, and I hope it helped. Bye, have a nice day. How the fuck do I... okay.